morning, students. We'll continue with our lecture in physics, in which we are studying the scalar product of two vectors. We have defined what is scalar product of two vectors and we have studied the characteristics of scalar product of two vectors. We'll continue with the remaining characteristics of scalar product of two vectors. Okay. In the last lecture, we have seen special cases for the values of angle theta. Okay. So let us just revise these cases before we go for the next characteristic of scalar product of the vectors. Now we have seen that, what do we know? That for two vectors, say vector p and vector q, vector p dot vector q is equal to pq cos theta. This is the scalar product which is defined for vector p multiplied with vector q, and the multiplication is a dot product or a scalar product. Then if theta is equal to 0, if this value is equal to 0, it implies that cos theta is equal to what? Cos theta will be equal to cos 0. And value of cos 0 is how much? 1. Then I get vector p dot vector q is equal to the product of the magnitudes of the two vectors. That is, vector p dot vector q is equal to pq. Am I right? Then if theta is equal to 180 degrees, it implies that cos of theta will be equal to cos of 180 degrees and cos 180 degrees is equal to minus 1. So that gives me vector p dot vector q is equal to minus pq. And if theta is equal to 90 degrees, it implies that cos of theta will be equal to cos of 90 degrees and cos 90 degrees is equal to 0. Therefore, vector p dot vector q is equal to 0. Okay. Now from these implications that I have got, for rectangular unit vectors, what can I say? For rectangular unit vectors, okay, their scalar, self-scalar product or self-dot product, self-dot product. Self-dot product means what? Vector r dot vector r will be equal to vector j dot vector j will be equal to vector k dot vector k, and this value will be equal to 1 because it will be I square equal to j square equal to k square, but these are rectangular unit vectors. What are these? Unit vectors. Unit vectors means their magnitudes are equal to 1, isn't it, students? So if their magnitudes are equal to 1, then 1 into 1 or 1 square will give me 1. Okay. And if I have vector I dot vector j, this will be equal to vector j dot vector k, which will be equal to vector k dot vector I, or the reverse order, which will be equal to j dot I or k dot j or I dot k. Okay, how are these unit vectors? These are along the x, y and z axis, right? But these vectors along the x, y and z axis are going to be mutually perpendicular to each other. How are these going to be? If this is I, this is j and this is k, angle between each of them will be equal to how many degrees? 90 degrees. So these vectors are mutually perpendicular to each other. So cos of theta will be equal to cos of 90 for them, and that will be equal to 0. So if I take vector I dot vector j or vector j dot vector I, the product will be equal to 0. j dot k or k dot j 0, k dot I or I dot k, product will be equal to 0. Okay, so this product will be equal to how much? 0 by this case, by this property. Okay students, so keep this in mind, make a note of it. Now we will go for the next property of scalar product. Now, if we have vector p equal to vector q. Now, if these vectors are equal vectors, if vector p is equal to vector q, then what can I say students? Vector p dot vector q will be equal to either p square or will be equal to q square, because p is equal to what? Q. So vector p dot vector q will be equal to either p square or it will be equal to q square. Okay. Now the next property that we are going to deal with is very important, and it is asked as a separate question, which is prove that type of question. Okay. So we will see this property. Mark it important. Property number 6. What is this scalar property? What is this characteristic property of the scalar product? That scalar product of the vectors can be expressed in terms of its rectangular component. So let us see how we can express it. Now here what are we going to prove is vector p dot vector q is equal to px qx plus py qy equal plus pz qz. Okay, what are we going to prove? Vector p dot vector q is equal to px qx plus py qy plus pz qz. Now what is this px py pz or qx qy qz? These are the resolved component vectors of vector p and vector q. What are these? Resolved component vectors. So for vector p, I am resolving this vector along the x, y and z axis as pxi plus pyj plus pzk. I can resolve vector q along the x, y and z axis as pqi plus qxi plus qyi plus qzk. Right? So this we have seen in resolution of vectors. So we are going to now prove the value of dot product or the scalar product of these two vectors to be equal to this sum. Okay? So what are we going to consider? Let vector p be equal to px I plus py j plus pz k, where I, j and k are what? Unit vectors along the directions x, y and z. Vector q is equal to qx I plus qy j plus qz k. All these n-capped vectors I, j and k, what do they denote? I is unit vector along the x-axis, j is unit vector along the y-axis and k is unit vector along the z-axis. Okay? So we have written these vectors, vector p and vector q as resolved vectors. Okay? Now, let me get the product. Therefore, vector p dot vector q is equal to pxi plus pyj plus pzk. Right students? Dot qxi plus qyj plus qzk. Getting it? It is multiplication. P vector P dot vector Q will be this into this. Now you have done the multiplications using the brackets. So let us perform this multiplication. This becomes Pxi into Qxi plus Qyj plus Qzk. Okay, this into this plus Pyj, this term into this entire bracket, Qxi plus Qyj plus Qzk. Okay, now this term into this entire bracket, sign is plus, so plus Pzk into Qxi plus Qyj plus Qzk. Okay, now we'll perform this multiplication over here. This will be equal to Pxi into Qxi. So this will give me vector I dot vector I into Px Qx plus vector I dot vector. Here in between all of this should be the dot. This dot product, because what are we taking? We are taking the dot product. What are we taking? Dot product. And dot product we have already studied. Dot product is distributive. Okay, so we are going to distribute this dot product or scalar product over this addition. Now vector I dot vector j, second term vector I dot vector j into क्या रहेगा? Px qy plus आगे क्या रहेगा? वेक्टर I डॉट वेक्टर k, वेक्टर I डॉट वेक्टर k इनटू टर्म क्या रहेगी? Px qz. Are you getting it? Similarly multiply this and come on, get the remaining products fast. Okay, so what would be the remaining products? Plus, this I have got plus, next term will be vector j dot vector I into py qx, vector j dot vector I into what? Py qx plus vector j dot vector j, vector j dot vector j into py qy plus vector j dot vector k into आगे बोलो क्या रहेगा बेटो? into what is the term? py qz plus now this multiplication vector k dot vector I into क्या रहेगा? pz qx plus vector k dot vector j, right, into pz qy, and the last term will be vector k dot vector k into pz qz. Correct? This is equal to. Now go for the previous properties. What does the previous property say? Vector I dot vector I will be equal to vector j dot vector j is equal to vector k dot vector k, and this value is equal to 1. But if I have two different vectors, vector I dot vector j or vector j dot vector k or vector k dot vector I, okay, or their commutative product, this value is equal to 0. Vector I dot vector I, vector j dot vector j, vector k dot vector j equal to 1, and vector I dot j, j dot k or k dot I or their commutative product values are equal to 0. So we will take all the values which are equal to 0. This will become 0, this will become 0, this will become 0, this will become 0, this will become 0 and this will become 0. So these are the only terms remaining now. Now I dot I is 1. So what does that give me? 1 into Px Qx plus 1 into Py Qy plus 1 into Pz Qz. So what have I proved? Therefore, vector P dot vector Q is equal to Px Qx plus Py Qy plus Pz Qz. Very important scalar property of scalar product of two vectors. Okay, so you have to take it down and keep on revising it. When a question is asked separately on this property, it will be asked in this format only. Prove that vector P dot vector Q, not necessarily you will be given vector P dot vector Q, you can be given vector A dot vector B. Okay, you can be given as vector A dot vector B is equal to Ax Bx plus Ay By plus Az Bz. These can be any two vectors. Okay. Whatever vectors are given to you, resolve them into their what? Component vectors along x, y and z axis and show the product is equal to this. Are you getting it, students? Revise this property and see that you are going to get it perfectly correct. You will be asked numericals based on this property also. Okay. Now with this property we will pass on to the next property in the scalar product of two vectors. Next characteristic in the scalar product of two vectors, that is the last one, and that is if vector A dot vector B, if vector A dot vector B is equal to vector A dot vector C. Okay, where vector A is not equal to null vector, that means it is not zero vector. Okay, it is not necessary that B is equal to C. Okay, it is not necessary that B is equal to C. Now how will we get this? Now we'll consider vector A dot vector B minus vector C. This is equal to 0. Therefore, by distributive law, vector A dot vector B, okay, minus vector A dot vector C will be equal to 0. Right? So, here this implies that vector A dot vector B is equal to vector A dot vector C. This is what we have got over here. But from 1, vector A and vector B minus vector C can be perpendicular to each other. Okay, these can be perpendicular to each other, then too their scalar product will be equal to 0. Getting it? So it is not necessary that if this